Hey guys, new video here. In the middle of a Maven fight. Give me 1 second here. So today I'd like to talk about some random stuff. Maybe some stuff for new players. Some stuff about the Maven fight. What do I think about it? Is it cool? It is pretty cool. I'll show you one of the coolest parts about it as we get to the end of the fight here. Um, Earlier on stream, I tracked about 35 of my Maven kills. I got 8 orbs out of 35 of these, so definitely made a lot of money because they were selling in bulk for 5.4 exalts. I was able to sell them all, and also besides that, elevated sextons seem to be close to a 100% drop rate. I don't know if awakener levels like awakener 9 affected or anything like that. But it is pretty profitable right now, and the things sell pretty quick. You get a doppelganger goose, the chest piece, then you're like looking at like an exalt or something like left, right. Oh, this goes back and forth. This one's the easy one. Okay, hold on, watch this. Okay, oh, memory. Wait. Oh shit. Oh boy, wait, I messed up. Oh, that's the memory game. But I was talking while I was making this video. Now I'm not gonna edit that out of the video because I ain't a pussy. And a lot of people, what they do is they go in here and you have a 1 minute immunity. So some people will log out and they'll come back and they'll wait out this immunity. Now me, I don't play like that. So we're just gonna go in. We're gonna keep that in the video. That's just too bad. We're facing everything. We got 2k life. Okay, she's dead. So what was I saying? So I did about 35 of these tracked, and what I got, oh my god, this loot is so bad. I got about 8 Malvin's orbs in 35 of these tries, and then did I mention I sold them all for like 5.4 exalts each because I had bulk. So very, very profitable. I talked about the sexton. The sexton is almost a 100% drop chance. It's more like I'd say in my data it's more like 80%, something like that, because I did get a ton of them. And another thing to note is that like if you buy these individually, they might be 30C, but if you sell them in bulk, they might be like 40C or more, right? Because people are trying to roll the their fractured map full deli juice. They're trying to roll the perfect sextons down there if they don't want to buy it from someone on a watchstone already. So that's kind of going up as at the point of this video. The Malvin's Writ, the thing that's needed to run the stone, it was only 1 exalt when I was buying them, and I could buy as many as I wanted pretty much at 1 exalt, 1.1 exalts if you bought like after you bought like the first like 30 to 50 or whatever. So really cheap there, and definitely very profitable still at this point in the league at February 7th. One thing that's like, you can run a surprising number of these if you have good enough damage, and you can just like burst down the boss. You can run a lot of these per hour. So even though if the Malvin's over 5.4, the sexton is 0.3, and then once in a while you get a doppelganger goose, which is a chest for like 50C to 100C, stuff like that. And the watchstones you can sell, because sometimes people buy the watchstones in bulk if they want to fill out their atlas and they don't want to go for like the other ivories, because ivory watchstone, someone has to do awakener. Awakener's not very fast to spawn him if you're not like going some potato method. And you can get a lot. Someone is much more likely to have like 20 of these unique watchstones than they are to have 20 of the unique ivory watchstones. Okay, so everything added together, you run 5 of these, it costs you 5 exalts. You are probably gonna make back a few exalts over that at least, right? There have been lucky streaks, unlucky streaks, but overall it is pretty damn good. And because of the rate at which you can run them, it is extremely good for people that can do it, because you can also sell carries if you have vouchers in TFT. You can sell carries for like 1 exalt. That's a pretty fair price right now in there. And then also if you can guarantee the challenges, there are the challenges right here called, what are they called? Defeat her conditionally. If you can do these, I cannot guarantee these for people that carry, because with 2-man HP and with the memory games, and like there's like some weird thing when there's 2 people in here sometimes, it's a little bit too hard for me currently because I don't have enough practice. But if you can guarantee them, you can sell them for multiple exalts, 3 or 4 exalts maybe for 1 Maven kill. Are you serious? So really good potential here. I would say it's definitely worth learning and running, because this is core content. It's going to be in the game for a very long time. And just like Awakener, I remember the first few times I did Awakener on my Ice Shot character, I felt so bad. The first 2 times, I didn't get him past 9% HP, right? I didn't even proc the next Storm Phase. I just died. And it's kind of like that, right? It's kind of scary, and you do it a bunch of times, and it becomes super easy. You saw there I died, but like, usually the strat is like, if you can't remember the memory game, you just log out, come back, and you have a minute immunity for it to run out, and you just get to fight her as normal. So let me show you one of the coolest things about the Maven fight right here, and here we go. Are you ready?
The Maven is a toddler,
Let me turn this up.
nymph, a hatchling that has wandered too far from the nest. Were I to allow you to continue, it would surely call for its progenitor. Were I to allow you to continue, you would drag all into its gaping maw. The Maven must be protected and guarded. A mercy for you both. The end is delayed but not prevented. Savor your remaining time, I urge you. Prepare for its arrival, I urge you.
Okay, so that was pretty cool, huh? You know, now I know a lot of you guys don't care about lore. I'm not really like the biggest lore fan. I think it's kind of interesting whenever those like Reddit posts come up where it tells you a little bit of fun facts about certain masters, certain people you encounter in PoE. But I thought that was really awesome because first of all, the voice acting is amazing. Whoever plays that guy, good job. And also it kind of like harkens to, you know, we have a lot of PoE content coming up, right? Because we have PoE 2 on the horizon. That might be within a year or two. You know, we have all these new leagues every 3 months. And it kind of shows that, like, they do have kind of a direction they want to go with it. The Envoy, you know, kind of like when they were mentioning, like, Harbingers. Like, Harbinger just means, like, the heralding of, like, something else. You know, and so there's a lot of, symbology there, I guess, or you know, like foreshadowing, where, you know, the Maven is actually kind of like a little guy, right? The Maven's like an infant compared to like these like celestial like monsters that are going to be coming for us, and they are coming, you know. So that's kind of exciting that there's like this bigger baddies than Uber Elder, Shaper, all this stuff. And it does seem like the bosses are getting more and more complex as the leagues go on. I mean, even Katarina is kind of cool when they released her compared to what we had at the time. So with that, you know, look out for the lore sometimes, because, you know, there's a lot of connections to the characters and they have a lot to draw on for future content in future releases. So I think that's like kind of badass. Okay, I know that's a totally different than what I was talking about is it worth, because you guys are probably only here for is the Maven worth it, which I already explained that it is like super good to make money off of right now. And the fight overall, I think, is extremely well designed. I think it's fun to do. I think it's nice that although there are phases, certain phases can be skipped, certain phases can't, but the ones that can be skipped, it feels really, really good when you skip the memory game phase on the last part, if she lets you. It's kind of like RNG if she attacks you or not. So I think that's well done. It gets a little bit of like, it's different every time, and you have these like, lucky moments, and it does make you feel smart for accomplishing the goal of killing Maven. Because, like, you know, the memory game, usually it's like 3 tiles you gotta memorize, but when it gets to 6 tiles, when you complete, you're like, wow, I feel really smart. You know, it makes you feel good that you did it. And you can get better as you go on. You get a lot better with the memory game, not because your memory's any better, but because you kind of know the patterns and you know what to look out for, and you get better at like the beams and everything. So I think difficulty is definitely matched up with its reward structure. I think the rewards are definitely good enough. I think the rewards are awesome as well, because now that Harvest is back in the league, you know, it matches up where you can get your Harvest Crafts, and then you can elevate with the solo self-found Malvins. So it ties really well with people who just want to play solo self-found, don't want to trade too much, and then it also has kind of something for everyone, right? So it's got, like, you know, people want to do these weird quirky builds that probably suck. You know, you have these new uniques to play with. Okay, some of the belts are okay. You know, they're like 2C, whatever. The new chest, I don't even know what Insanity does, but it looks pretty cool. And you can kind of make cool things. So there's like people who want to do these niche builds can do it. People who want to map and juice can do it, because the Sexton is just insane. It's like 15 uses. The rolls on them and the numbers and the percentages are just so high, so crazy. And then, of course, people who want to trade, make money off it, they can. People who want to craft, they can. Once again, I already said that solo self-found benefits greatly from this fight. It is deterministic on the Atlas, which means that there's not going to be a thing like the first week of Abyss or some other leagues where you just cannot find the dude, right? You can't find the Lich, because it just doesn't exist, a 1 in 1 billion chance. So everything about this fight seems like, with that extra month they had to develop, it seems really good, really fair. I enjoy it. Besides, of course, like sometimes in the last phase, the 6-node memory game, you can't see anything, but visual clarity has always been kind of a thing in PoE that needs improvement. So yeah, that's what I think about the Maven fight. Okay. Going forward, I'd also like to talk about one more thing, and that is this Scarab right here. Okay, so this is something for the newer players, people, because I'm getting more and more questions about mapping. And although I've released other videos in the past, you know, this might help somebody. This is something that I've been testing out like today, and I've often thought about in the past week, and that is the Polished Cartography Scarab. So the Polished Cartography Scarab is a very simple, cheap Scarab. You know, you just get more maps, right? Really easy to use. It's everyone like kind of knows what that means, right? Whereas like sometimes you look at some Scarabs, like the Piranha Scarab, you're like, what does that chest do? You know, what is that, right? Or you look at like some of the Scarabs that have like weird wording, and you're like, I don't know if I should use that. So This one is 1.5C at this time, and it is insane. So currently, every day, I would say if you were to sell your maps, the good ones, right, the 14, 15, 16s that you have favorited, you can watch my previous video to see about favoriting. You should be able to make at least 1,000C, I would say, probably around 1,000C, right? 1,000 raw chows, not like based on RNG or like maybe they'll sell, maybe they will 100% sell in bulk all the maps that you have favorited, as long as they are the good ones that people are running. And what I noticed today is that while running these, your map, like as you juice the map, because you're using this one scarab, you're using 3 others with a lot of quantity on there, and you're gonna notice that so many map drops, because this 0.35, right, is also multiplicative with things like when you roll a map, the numbers on there, it is being affected by things like if you look at your bonuses, like your bonuses here. So all these multipliers going into this 35% more maps is just, it's just insane, because as you juice more and as you put in more scarabs, you're using your sextants, you're rolling your maps better, you're doing better map layouts, you are just gonna be running around picking up like so many maps that you'll be able to sell like over 100, 200 of these maps per day. And for a new player, I thought that might be worth noting, that if you're looking for an extremely cheap and perhaps the best Carto Scarab possible, or sorry, the best Scarab possible, you should probably using the Carto Scarab. Okay, just buy a bunch of these, throw them in your for maps. I'll use them in probably 15 or 16, because 14s can't drop 16 except for like the bosses, which will be rare, whereas 15s, there's enough rares to make it justified, and some of the 15s sell for just as much as the 16s, so it's totally fine there. So 15 or 16, drop these in there, and you might have a pretty good time. Oh, I got 1.2 exalt trade. So yeah, with that is the video. Definitely try that out. And I know it's kind of a random video, but I just wanted to make the random video of the day and talk about that. Definitely give this a try. Probably the best return per cost scarab besides Brandis. Okay, so yeah, buy these, try them out. I'm not trying to like influence the market or anything. I have like 39 of them, not that many, and they're just so good. They're so good. Ask anybody. Okay, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, I stream every day, twitch.tv/qtalk_, and I'll see you there. Okay, thanks for watching my video, guys. Bye guys. Bye.